Hi, my name is Chayla Gurney, and I am a jewelry medicine maker. I am an intuitive healer. I'm a Reiki practitioner and also a shamanic practitioner. I wanted to share with you a little bit about why I do all of those things and the journey that I've been on in this process of making the jewelry medicine and finding my path for healing. I've been making jewelry about 30 years, and it started off just for fun, and then it got to then I got to like having a business with it, and it was really more of it became more mass production, and it was hard on my body, so I stopped making for 11 years. So when I stopped making jewelry, it was around 2005, and I thought I was done completely. The timing of when I stopped making jewelry coincided with a divorce, and it was a 5-year marriage that was really toxic, really traumatic, and I don't know, the jewelry, I think, for me was enmeshed in that relationship, so I needed to take a break from the jewelry entirely. Part of what, I realized during that time was that I had the intuition before I walked down the aisle with this man that it was not a good idea. And I can recall that moment very clearly. And I can also recall that all of the heartbreaks that I've been through in my life have been mainly because I did not honor my truth and follow my intuition. So this 11 years I took off from jewelry, it wasn't intended, I thought I was done. When I quit, I thought I was done for good. But really what I just needed is a big reset. And so, yeah. So that 11 years was kind of a mess for me. It was a lot of shame, a lot of regret, drinking too much. It was not a good, in many ways, it was not the best time in my life. There was a lot of beauty in it. I was in the advertising business and learned how to market, and I learned a lot of things for, that are helping me to do what I'm doing now. But after that 11 years, what I found was that I was craving the creativity. And I tried painting, I tried collage, I tried many different things. But jewelry felt most aligned. So I found myself back into jewelry. And this time I found that it was a more intuitive process. So jewelry was a way for me to help me tap into my intuition. I started using crystals and stones that had healing properties, and I started through the jewelry to find the healer within me. I started to find that my jewelry was healing, that it was making a difference in people's lives, and that it changed the way women felt about themselves when they wore my pieces. And I just kept hearing that more and more. So as this, evolved, I started getting more in touch with the healer within me. As I mentioned, I started getting more in touch with my intuition. I started getting more in touch with what my intuition felt like and looked like for me, because every person has a different way of tuning into their intuition. And mainly that was a process of like seeing the times where I didn't follow my intuition and the repercussions of that. And so at some point I got the intuitive hit that I don't know, just the word shaman came to me. And I had no idea at that point what that meant. So it took a few years for me to find my path into shamanism. And I found some amazing, amazing teachers. And I don't know, the shamanic journey for me has been mainly about coming into my power, recognizing what's in the way of that, tapping into spirit, which to me means just like my highest self, and seeing spirit in nature, seeing spirit in animals, seeing spirit in everything, and finding the magic of the universe and tapping into that and letting that guide me in my life. And now that I am, you know, it's going to be a continuing and evolving journey for my life, but the more I am able to do that, and the more I've healed myself and my traumas and my ruminating thoughts that are not serving me, the more I just want to share this with others and help people tap into their intuition and tap into the magic of the universe and find their highest self. So about a year ago, I started doing healing work with people. And I use like a mix of intuitive healing, which is just like tapping into the person that I'm working with, tapping into their highest self through my highest self. And in that place, I can intuitively know what is needed to help that person find their intuition, their highest self, their soul purpose. And then from there, like the magic really starts happening. And yeah, I'm loving doing the work with people. I'm loving seeing the differences that makes for people. Again, what I use is just my intuition. I use some Reiki. I use, I'm also a shamanic practitioner, so I use shamanic practices as well, which include song, which include using mapacho, which is sacred tobacco, to clear negative energy. And I also, I help people tap into like what their spirit animals might be, what is their source, you know, what is the source of the divine energy that they can tap into, because everyone has a unique way of doing that. So yeah, there the leaves are falling. I love it. Yeah, there will be more workshops. I'm planning workshops to help people tap into their intuition. I'm planning eventually doing some retreats, and definitely the one-on-one work is really fulfilling for me, and it's been really empowering to watch people come into their power. So if you would like to know more about my offerings, you can go to the link in my bio. And you can also send me a direct message if you'd like to work with me directly. Thanks so much for watching.